Yo, what's up guys? I got an awesome video for you today. We're gonna do some shoulders. I'm gonna show you the top 5 exercises that I think are gonna work for you to gain mass on your shoulders. Let's begin.
You're a superhero. You're a superhero.
Yo guys, so the first workout we're gonna talk about is a shoulder press. Now I'm just gonna talk about it just briefly, but what I recommend right away off the bat is don't go to a full 90 degree. Reason why you don't wanna do this is because it puts an unwanted strain on your shoulder. This, when you set yourself up like this, you gotta have a lot of external rotation to make sure that you're not putting putting your shoulders in an uncomfortable position. Your rotator cuff, when you're sitting at a 90 degree like this and you're front up, you tend to typically tilt back more and use your chest at that point. I like to put it back to about a 65 degree, a 70 degree, whatever you're kind of comfortable with. And what that does is it lets you more put the strain on your front delt, helps you push out a little bit more weight, and you'll increase that shoulder pump. And that's kind of what we're here for. We're wanting to increase your shoulder pump, we want to increase the mass on our shoulder, you know, push more weight into the gym, push blood into our shoulder. This is kind of my bulking series, so I want to help you guys put on more weight, put on more muscle, and push out more volume. Let's do it. So guys, when you're doing a side lateral raise, make sure that you keep the tension on the shoulders. Make sure you're keeping all the tension on the lateral head. You want to make sure that when you're coming to the top, you're leading with the elbows. Make sure that you don't go too wide, and make sure you keep a slight bend in your elbows. I like to think of my shoulders as hinges and really make sure that you're really focusing on the cap of your shoulders. This right here is the most important exercise for your shoulders. This is how you build those giant caps and make yourself look very wide. This is how you build the perfect shoulder. Now guys, when you are trying to sculpt that perfect 3D shoulder, one thing that is often very overlooked is your rear delt. This helps make your shoulder look way more full, and it makes your shoulder get that perfect 3D shape. So right here, I'm showing you my favorite rear delt exercise, and it's a simple bent over reverse fly. So this, I find, targets your rear delt perfectly. You don't have to do a very large range of motion. Again, you want to make sure that you're keeping tension on the rear delt the entire time. Really make sure you're not using your traps, because this is not a trap exercise. This is for your rear delts. 10.
Okay.
Hey Mike.
Hi.
What's on your hat here?
That's
Man, it looks like you got some bird shit on there. That's on. That's pretty fucking unfortunate, eh?
I guess so.
It'd be nice if you cleaned off your hat a little bit before the YouTube video, eh?
It would.
So moving on to the third exercise here, everyone. We are doing front delt raises with dumbbells. I like to do it one arm at a time to make sure that I am perfectly hitting my front delt evenly on both sides. You want to build a nice asymmetrical shape, right? So you want to make sure that your right and your left are the same size, so that's why I like to do dumbbells versus a barbell when you're doing a front raise. Bring the dumbbell right in front of you and focus on that muscle that attaches right up against your collarbone. right up against that and squeeze. You really want to squeeze at the top. Hold the contraction and focus on just pumping as much blood as you can into your front delt. So guys, moving on to the next exercise, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about side lateral raises with a cable. So the reason why we want to do it with a cable now is we like to do a variation. So I like to do cables because it keeps consistent tension on the lateral head. It isn't as much about how much you're lifting. This is more about keeping consistent tension and focusing on the cap of your shoulders. Like I said again, this isn't about how much weight you're lifting. I'm doing, I think, only about 10 pounds per side. And honestly, I'm getting an amazing shoulder pump throughout this exercise. I'm trying to hold the contracted position for a second or two and then releasing. Never completely letting the muscle relax, making sure that I'm getting a full range of motion. And again, tension guys, I can't say that enough. It's all about time under tension. So the reason why I recommend 2 lateral head exercises is because, like I said guys, building the lateral head is the main point of building your shoulders. Not the main point, I shouldn't say that. Building out your lateral head is how you're going to get that bigger, thicker looking physique. The caps, all about the caps. Honestly guys, if I could only do one shoulder exercise, it would be lateral raises. Different variations of lateral raises, but nonetheless lateral raises, because these guys are how you build big, thick ass shoulders. The final exercise we're going to talk about, guys, is going to be shoulder shrugs. Now, until recently, I've always done shrugs with a bar, but wow, has it made such a difference in my physique switching to a dumbbell shrug instead of a barbell shrug. The reason for this is I find that I can pull back further, I can get a better squeeze and focus on the muscle more. It's all about that mind-muscle connection, right? So when you're doing this, what you want to do is you want to pull your shoulders to your ears. I like to lean just a tiny bit, just a slight lean, and squeeze, literally squeeze the living hell out of my shoulders. This is how you're gonna build perfect definition in your traps.
So that is how we're gonna build some serious fucking mass on your shoulders. Check out the description below, all the workouts listed down below. Make sure you subscribe. I got tons more content for you guys. We're gonna come out with so many more videos of how you can add more and more mass to your body. High volume, high amount of sets, coming into the gym, hitting it for a full hour, balls to the fucking wall. Get in, get out, get your shit done, and put on some muscle and muscle gains. Let's do it. Happy lifting.